I hear a noise like something slamming against the door. Could there be someone there? I shine a flashlight at the door. Out of nowhere, the door bursts open and something comes flying out. Tsukasa shrieks and falls down. I recognize this clothes. Some kind of plant covers half of his face. The part of his face we can't see is twisted in anguish and as he screams. No doubt about it, it's that guard. What the hell happened? Thorns are eating my face! It hurts. What's going on? Get away! Leave us alone! Yelling, Tsukasa flavors his hands in a desperate attempt to get away. The guard suddenly rushes towards the entrance. And then silence falls once more. The only sound left is that of our shaky breathing. Once we catch our breaths, I take Tsukasa's hand and help them up. Our nerves have calmed some, but that definitely left an unsettling impression. Something terrible lurks here. We can't just sit around. I'm alright, I've calmed down. But that guard? Tsukasa stares at the door. Did that ghost do that? Speaking of, I thought I saw a figure standing behind him. There's really no good way to respond to that. I let silence serve as my answer. What else could I do? No point in coming here if we're just going to stand here shaking. If we don't uncover the secret before it comes for us. Why don't we check out the staff room? I tactfully avoid answering Tsukasa's question. The guard, I run out of there. Something might be inside. Some secret about Hanahiko. You want to go inside? Yes, we need to investigate, but... I cover my wrist with my palm, making sure Tsukasa doesn't notice. The moment I put my hand on the knob, the mark burned my skin, pulsing along with my beating heart. Plenty-fied guard. The guard we met at the school gate was the one who screamed. He burst out of the staff room covered in growing plants of all things, and the pain was driving me mad. Did a spirit do this? It must have been Hanahiko, which means inside the staff room is... But we have to keep going. There's a fire door. When I open the side door, all I find is a wall. I'm about to give up and close the door when I notice something stuck in the back of it. Found a worn-out talisman. When I pick up the worn-out talisman, I feel warmth flow through me. Got soul power. The worn-out talisman crumbles silently in my hand. The staff room is in chaos. The furniture is upended and the walls are... Was there a fire or something? There are black scorch marks everywhere. Tsukasa looks relieved as they come out from behind me. There isn't anything here. Should we look around a little? There's a door over there too. Is there a room next door? As I search the burnt post, something falls from the top of it. opened the door and left the staff room. Is this a place to store equipment? Seems to be. Hopefully there's something useful in here. There's a cardboard box on top of the cabinet. I think I can reach it. Reaching up, I grab the box and look inside. Got lipstick, red pen, and girls' slippers. At least your height comes in handy. My eye twitches at his comment. I open the glass door and check inside, but there isn't anything that catches my eye. It's a massive wooden cabinet. I pull on the door, but it just rattles in place. Looks like it won't open. Something's stopping it. I take out the red pen. What do I do with it? I don't have any particular good ideas. Looks like the sliding door has a simple lock, just sticking something in the hole for the screw. The key itself seemed to have gone missing. I don't see it anywhere. What's this? Something stuck in the hole for the screw. It seems that a wooden thing works as a lock. I'll have to do something about that to open the door. If I use the pen, I might be able to pop out whatever's stuck in the hole. You're surprisingly skilled. Is it that surprising? Anyway, I need to focus. Suddenly the resistance vanishes and the pen pokes all the way through. I put my hand on the door and slide it open without any issues. There's a red tube inside. Got flare. A flare? I wonder what's that used for. It's a signal light for emergencies. It's a good idea to always have one in your car. Oh, I see. So that's what it is. By the way, Tsukasa picks something up off the floor. It's a thorn about as long as my pinky finger. That's what was in the hole. That was clearly done on purpose. It's possible that he put the thorn in the hole to seal up this door. Is he afraid of this? We both look at the flare again. What? Why did you turn the light off? That wasn't me. I didn't turn it off. It just went off. Something's coming. Something's in the room next door. Tsukasa crumples to the floor, their legs unable to hold them up in their panic. Shh, be quiet. It's a struggle not to yell with my nerves on edge. I hit the flashlight again and again. Come on, please, the batteries were just working. I feel like I'm performing CPR on this thing. But finally, got it. The door behind me warps threateningly. My mark burns in pain. Death is already in the room next door. There's no time and nowhere to run. Calm down. I need to find a way out of this quickly. We're running out of time. A way to survive. We've got to hurry. There's a door cut into the floor. Is it some kind of storage area? It's a well-built door, big enough to fit an adult through it. The metal handle is retracted into the door. I tried to get a grasp of it and pull it out, but am unsuccessful. Damn, it's no use. What are you doing? Get it open now! I take out the letter, open it, and shove it in. I might be able to get the handle out this way. When it touches the metal, my mark scorches me. I stop moving for just a second. But I have to do this. Hurry up, mister, it's coming! Yes, I got it. I grab the handle and lift up the trapdoor. As I thought, a dark hole leads down under the floor. Get in! I shove Tsukasa into the hole. Then I slide down into the darkness after them. Oh! I fall unexpectedly far, hitting my back against something. I grit my teeth to stop myself from yelling. Something's shuffling around above my head. If we had stayed there just a few more seconds. I grip my burning wrist with all my might. I must endure the pain for now. I can hear anxious panting. Tsukasa must be right next to me. They're shaking so hard, I can see from the corner of my eye. I brace myself, expecting the trapdoor to break open any second. The shuffling noise finally grows distant. Are we safe now? Yeah, I think it's gone. Suddenly my wrist isn't hurting anymore. I see, that's good. We're saved. I'd like to apologize. I panicked. Don't worry about it. I nearly ended up screaming myself. We both lost our cools. People probably show their true colors when they're cornered like this. Anyway, where are we? What in the world is this room? I'm surprised. This place exists beneath the school. Does a flashlight work? Yeah. I cautiously press the switch, being careful not to make any noise. The scene captured in the light of the flashlight sends shivers down my spine. Tsukasa slaps a hand over their mouth. For a few moments, all we can do is stare in silence. A disturbing scene, more horrible than anything I've ever seen before, spreads out before us. Anyone would be shocked by it, especially a kid. I take a deep breath and look closer. There's something twisting around the corpses. It looks like some kind of a plant vine. Are those roses? The strangely sharp thorns and the thin red petals. There appears to be real, live roses covering the corpses and carpeting the floor. My vision suddenly grows dim. I see a woman's body trapped by roses. What is this? The tragedy that happened in this room? It's as if it's all playing out in my hand. I can see it. Roses? Why would roses? Does that mean someone planted them? Tsukasa's voice brings me back to reality. Yeah. I can't tell them that I saw some waking dream. I scrambled to remember the conversation. That's right. I saw the rose vines, then... Yeah, that's gotta be it. It's not like they just spring up on their own. But Why would anyone do that? Did someone decorate the corpses for some kind of reason? Or did they die captured by the roses like I saw in that vision? Skasa screams. What's wrong? It must have been just my imagination, but I thought something moved. Over there, farther back in the room. No, it's something hiding in here. I hesitantly search the corpse. Something flashes within the vines by its feet. Got round hand mirror. Looks like a gift for a young woman. Finding a mirror in a place like this, that's pretty incongruous. There's a bed with a metal pipe frame. The mattress is oozing dark, dirty water. It smells like sewage. I slide the mattress over and find a plastic sheet underneath it. Got vinyl shit. It's pretty thick. Was it put there to protect from water damage? The top of the sheet is pitch black. At first glance, it looks like it's covered in mold. But when I spread it open, it crunches as dark red flakes fall from it. This is blood. I can't do anything but whisper, dumbfounded, as I stare at the blood-stained sheet. Something murmurs in my ear, as if in reply. Their blood denies him. Part of me takes the voice seriously. I'm clearly hallucinating, but for some reason it calms me down. Still in a daze, I shine a flashlight under the bed. I saw it again. Something is under there. Skasa's voice has gone very shrill. Then, hey now, give me a break. I'm no monster, you know. I'm just a regular human being. Something slowly climbs out from under the bed. It's a man in a trench coat. What were you doing in a place like that? The man looks bored. He scoffs. Same as you. I ran into that monster and escaped down here. Then you guys came. The man turns his back to us and jerks his chin. Anyway, I was hiding over there. His answer is believable enough. But why he at this school to begin with? His presence raises a lot of questions. The man tilts his head a bit and peers at me, then he snorts. It seems he's seen through me. You don't look like you believe me. Guess it's only natural. I haven't told you everything either. I could, but... The man looks around at his feet. We better get out of here first. We shouldn't chat at a crime scene. I completely agree. Skasa seems to feel the same way. Let's head back for now. You have somewhere to go back to? Good. Then let's get going. The man puts his hand on the ladder. He pauses and turns to us. The name's Satoru Mashita. I'm an ex-detective. Forgot to mention that. The man named Mashita disappears up the ladder. We follow him back up to the first floor. But when we emerge, he's not there. Hey, take a look at this. Mashita's calling us from down the hallway. Was it like this when you guys came through? Skasa pipes up, voice slightly wobbly. No, not at all. It was dark, but we would have seen this. Something's creeping along the hallway. They're rose vines. Thought so. I didn't see them before either. The mark's color grows more vivid. Early dawn, a few hours left until death closes in. Some people naturally put others on guard, even if there's no particular ill will between them. That's exactly the type of person Mashta is. Oh, you've got some nice stuff here. The moment he climbs in the car, he makes a grab for my bag. Then he starts inspecting all of my stuff. I wasn't planning on keeping a constant eye on him, but he's making it very hard not to. You're an ex-detective, aren't you? So you're just like Cass, then? Skaza interjects coldly from the back seat. I think I detect a bit of pep in his voice. He seems relieved we made it back safely. That's right, I was conducting a personal investigation just like you lot. Something I wanted to check. I don't doubt what he says, but that would mean he entered the school illegally. What were you... Let me ask you one thing first. Masha interrupts my question and points to my arm. Does that hurt? It didn't take him long to spot the mark on my wrist. Sometimes it hurts the most whenever I'm in danger. Huh, is that so? Masha leans back in his seat satisfied. I was investigating some missing people. Guess he's responding to my question now. That school came up in a number of missing person cases. Each one had some affiliation with H Elementary before they disappeared. Teachers, workers, people in the PTA, students, and their family members. I was looking for them. Huh? Then that means... Skaza leans forward from the back seat. The corpses we saw in that room couldn't have been those people, could they? Masha doesn't reply. Maybe he thinks the answer is obvious, or maybe replying to the kid isn't worth his time. But something bugs me about what he just said. If the school was clearly suspicious, then... Of course I brought it up to my superiors. All I got for it was... He continues before I can ask, making a slashing motion across his neck. You got fired, huh? Disciplinary discharge, something about sexually harassing a subordinate. That principal's gotta have some kind of political pull. I probably dug up something he didn't want getting out. That wasn't my plan. I never meant to uncover anything dirty. True, the school did have that suspicious room. It's not that strange to think it would come out with some missing person cases. That would be common sense, at least. But common sense is for the world of the living. A spirit might have something to do with those cases. There's an awkward silence. In that case, this isn't even a case anymore, is it? Mashta sighs deeply. Would believe it? Who would believe that there's a monster in that school killing people? It's personal now. Our problem, and we're on our own. He turns his wrist over and shows it to me. On his skin is the familiar mark. You too? Yeah, I sensed it as soon as I saw yours. I had a feeling this would be a problem. We're in the same boat, you and I. He has good instincts. We should talk more when we get back. Cujo mentioned there's some... I stopped myself from finishing the sentence. I shouldn't mention that for now. In any case, once we get back, we'll give you more details. I went to Cujo Mansion because of my mark. I'm sure you'll receive help as well. But Mashta scoffs. Help, huh? You're underestimating me. When I get out of the car, someone's there to greet me. Oh, mister. She looks rather pained. Her voice is lacking all of her usual energy. Are you okay? Huh? Oh, yeah. Just pissing out. I'm fine. She doesn't look fine. What? So there are others? This is everyone. Huh, what a reliable group you've got. The sarcasm is practically dripping off his words. So, are you planning on continuing to search for that key or whatever it is? We don't have anything else to go on. There's no other choice. I don't understand you. If the source of the mark is this spirit, it would be best to destroy the source, don't you think? What do you mean? The spirit exists, so all you have to do is kill it. Are you being serious? Killing a spirit is... Of course it's serious. He doesn't exactly look like the joking type. Even if we manage to kill it, will that really make the mark disappear? When I consider everything Mary's told me, it doesn't seem like it worked that way. Even assuming it did, we have a more fundamental problem. And how do you plan to kill it? I'll figure something out. If something exists, there's logically a way to destroy it as well. He claims he can kill the spirit, yet he doesn't know how we'll do it. Where does all that confidence come from? Don't forget, I faced him once already. If we are seriously thinking of killing him... Mashta grasps his wrist. The little shit shoots some kind of thorns at me from a distance. They hit hard enough to stick in concrete. There's no way to get close to him. We have to make that a priority. Mashta pulls something out of the heel of his shoe and tosses it at me. It's a thorn, curved like a fan. The only reason I'm still breathing is because I was lucky. It won't happen again next time. We need a plan. As we head to the entrance, I tell Mashta about Cujo Mansion. He takes it all in silently. Even bringing up the talking doll or Sayakuji's death doesn't trigger a reaction. Is he so unnervingly calm because he's already dealt with the supernatural? We reach the main hall, which is warmly lit. This is a strange mansion, but for some reason I feel like I've come home. Acclimatization is kind of terrifying. Welcome back, Lord Ichigo. That man is a mark bearer too, I see. Would you make the introductions? I update Mary on our investigation and the strange way we met Mashta. The mirror, the underground room full of corpses, the sudden appearance of roses. I really hate to admit it, but it's clear something supernatural is at work here. And the spirit that caused all of it, Hanahiko, there's no doubt that Hanahiko, he's the one who put the mark on Mashita's arm too. But what kind of chance do we have against a monster that can do that? Mashita says we should kill him. But is that even possible? Hey, Ichigo. My train of thought is interrupted. Mashita's holding a leather-bound notebook out towards me. Read this. I picked it up in that underground room. It was caught up in a bunch of those rose vines when I found it. It was pretty hard to get loose. Did you read it? I skimmed through it a bit. It's got some interesting stuff. That's what he says, but it's not smiling at all. His eyes simmer with a quiet anger. Dark red marks stain the cover. I have a bad feeling, but I flip through it. Rose petals fall as they become unstuck from the pages. The notes within are very detailed. The author was intelligent and well written. Reading through, it dawns on me that this was written by H. Elementary's principal. The austere, meticulous letters on each page tell a ghastly story. Records of a young, adopted boy's tutoring sessions. The first note is from 5 years ago. It seems the boy adopted by the principal was small and exceedingly cute. He enjoyed wearing skirts and makeup too. There was no denying that the truly suited a dainty, red-cheeked boy like him. But the principal had a hard time accepting such fancies. Bad habits must be corrected young to promote sound mental health, he thought. So he called it tutoring as a cover for his warped desires. They took place in the underground room. Too many prying eyes anywhere else. There was no safer place than the school at night once all the teachers had left. The principal stayed behind under the pretense of keeping watch, then tutored. He was a highly respected teacher. He'd even made appearances on TV. There was no reasons to be suspicious. The only one who noticed anything strange was the boy's homeroom teacher. But she feared that principal's power and firmly kept her mouth shut. As the notes continue, they are more and more deranged. They paint a horrible picture. It is of a totally distorted parent and child. My child gets weaker after every session. His delicate frame has grown thinner and his red cheeks are now darkened. His appearance is described in detail, but there is no malice or hatred. There's just frantical sincerity, his pride as an educator, and a terrifying, smothering love. It continues like that to the very last page. There's no mention of what became of the principal and the boy. But going by the current state of H Elementary, I can hazard a guess. You don't look so well, mister. What was that notebook? Tsukasa peers up at me. He and the boy in the notebook are about the same age. This isn't stuff you share with a kid. You better just sum it up with the main points for him. That's terrible. We children are always the victim of the ego of adults. Stupid grown-ups are irredeemable. Why he'd say that makes sense. The revolting evil of the adults and the poor boy who became a victim. But is that really the end? If Hanahiko and the boy in the notebook are connected, then the boy turned into a monster. Is that even possible? Untimely deaths produce hatred. Death does not bring it to an end. Such festering sentiments can give birth to the supernatural. Monsters, ghosts, vengeful spirits, they have many names. I believe that you have all heard one or two such stories. Hanahiko is similar. Mary's words are hard to swallow. But after all those weird events, it only makes sense to accept them. If I turn my back to the truth, all that I will await me is death. Then Hanahiko really is a monster. We must form a plan based on that hypothesis. Mary is silent a moment. Then her jade glass eyes shift to Mashta. Incidentally, according to Lord Ichigo's report, there are those among you who are considering killing the spirit. I shall warn you just in case, but that will be very difficult to do. Why is that? I could see Mashta narrow his eyes, but I made sure to speak up first. They are from the world of the dead. Just as the living cannot become more alive, the dead cannot be killed. The only thing you could possibly destroy is the cursed sentiment. So what does that mean? It is as I told you before, death and life existing together. If that is the origin of the mark, then a way to erase it will be there. By driving away the spirit, the curse will also be eliminated. So defeating Hanahiko is how we'll be able to destroy the mark. Setting aside how it can't be killed, what exactly is the key then? It is nothing more than a concept, so I am unsure, but I am certain of one thing. Fate ties the spirit to its place of birth. An object there may be able to fulfill the role of the key. It is a different concept to grasp. It is a difficult concept to grasp, but that is how spirits are. Determining the nature of the key, that will decide your fate. I had a feeling. We'll just have to keep digging around at H Elementary. We don't know what the cursed sentiments or the key to destroying the garage are. Gaining the key and lifting the garage is the only way to survive. You will be required to be callous to make use of the spirit's fear. The way to repel the spirits lies within his garage. Remember this and be careful.